Whatever, I'll let Mathi go freaking FC that. Could hit triples with his other finger, and he could play air 11. He's got a bigger cock than me. Handsome, better looking, better grades, richer than me, better lifestyle, better car, better computer, better desk, better chair, better house, better country, better everything. He's just, better. He got more bitches than me. I got none. I just got everything. I got everything to lose, man. He's just a better player than I am.
Becoming the rank 1 player globally is something anyone would want, but only a handful of people are capable of that. Mathi is one of them, but what may have seemed like a blessing felt more like a curse. How did he go from a Nomad and Hard Rock player to being the number 1 player, and then one of the best and possibly the best speed finger control players ever? Let's take a look at that. Mathi had been a fan of rhythm games for a long time. He played Guitar Hero before finding out about Osu when he searched for games similar to Guitar Hero, and in December of 2014, Mathi found Osu when he saw a video of Wolf playing Owen Was Her, or as Mathi put it,
Ronald McDonald's one.
And right from the get-go, Wolf was a massive inspiration for Mathi. He got hooked instantly, trying to prove every score that he was setting, and he did not stop playing the game. In the beginning of his career, Mathi was a Nomad and Hard Rock consistency player, quickly improving and rising in the rankings, and by 2016 he had already solidified himself as a good player. Getting his first 400 on Kanjo Matenro with Hard Rock, and later that year getting his first 500 on Omaire Kakera with Nomad, and some other 500s like a hidden Hard Rock FC on Kimi no Kyoko, which is a finger control map, and Mathi was the first to FC it with hidden Hard Rock. But keep this map in mind for later, it may or may not be important. In the fall of 2016, he began to experiment more with mods, investing more time into double time, with good results very early on, getting a 4-miss run with 1500 combo on remote control with double time, and a Yume Chizu extra difficulty S rank with double time. While these scores were impressive, he still had a long way to becoming a top player, or even matching his DT scores with his Nomad and Hard Rock scores. But Mathi being Mathi continued his grind to becoming a better player, and it started paying off very soon afterwards. But before that could happen, he continued setting very impressive Nomad, Hard Rock, and some double time scores here and there, like a Blue Zenith Nomad FC with 99.46% accuracy, a Cycle Hit Hidden Hard Rock FC which was the number 1 score on the map at the time, and an FC choke on Get Jinxed. And by late 2017, Mathi had improved tremendously at DT, with a 1-miss FC choke on Monochrome Butterfly, which would have been 830 PP at the time if the map was ranked. But this was just the very beginning of what was to follow. Mathi set 2 700s and 7 600. These include a Granite DTFC worth 691 PP, a DTFC on High Free Spirits worth 715 PP, and to top it all off, a DTFC on Santa San worth 781 PP, making it his new top play. This was one of the biggest pop-offs at the time, even comparing to the likes of Vaxei and Rafis. This made Mathi jump from top 10 to number 7, and the start of 2018 was no different, setting many 700s and 600 like a Koino Hime Petanko FC and a Remote Control FC, both worth over 700 PP. While these scores are impressive in their own right, nothing that he had done previously could be compared to what was to follow very shortly afterwards. At the end of February 2018, Mathi set 2 800 PP plays in the span of 2 days, these scores being Sunglow with hidden double time and a hidden double time FC on Kimi no Shiranai Monogatari. The Sunglow play being worth 848 PP and the Kimi no Shiranai being worth 841 PP. Both of these scores were within a 10 PP range of the PP record, and they helped propel him all the way to number 3. And finally, on the 15th of April 2018, Mathi achieved glory by becoming the number 1 ranked player worldwide, which is an achievement that anyone should be praised for, right? Well, because it was Mathi, this was unfortunately not the case. His reach to number 1 spawned a massive hate mob towards him. After reaching rank 1, Mathi decided to stream more often. This brought more hate towards him, with many people harassing and trolling him in his Twitch chat. The hate mob was split into mainly 2 groups, one being the people who thought he didn't deserve rank 1 and the other accusing him of cheating, which were just mere allegations. Some said that he did not deserve rank 1 because he got it by playing maps that gave a lot of PP, which is true, but Mathi had said very many incredible non-farm map scores, not to mention that he was a no mod and hard rock consistency player before 2017, and even after switching to DT, he was still incredibly good at those mods. Back then, Circle People was very active, and the only replays that were getting many dislikes were Mathi's, and the comments were no better, discrediting Mathi's plays and saying that other players are more impressive than him. And then there was a pretty sizable portion of people who accused him of cheating, mostly because his setup at the time was pretty bad and he could not stream properly while playing, and even after getting a better computer and streaming properly, the hate did not stop, it only grew. Looking back at it, I think most hate came because of the fact that Mathi sort of came out of nowhere. He was not even in the top 10 like 6 months prior, and he didn't really establish himself as a notable player because he didn't stream much up until then. This whole situation really got to him and made him really demotivated, to the point where he stopped playing the game from late 2018 and the entirety of 2019. But even though he was not playing the game as much and stopped completely at some point, he still was number 1 and he was at that spot for over 200 days, which just goes to show how far ahead of everyone Mathi was at the time. And at the end of his inactivity, he was sitting at rank 15, after being cheered up by his friends who knew he still had a lot of potential and could still compete as a top player. He finally came back with newly found motivation and stride. He spent his first couple of weeks de-rusting, but very shortly after he started setting 800s at rates faster than before, getting a DTFC on 1 OK rock worth 861 PP, and Aino Tsukima FC with only 100 worth 828 PP and other 700 PP plays. With him getting back on track and surpassing his previous skill level, all culminated to a major event in his career, his first 900 on Union. Now it was clear that not only had Mathi come back, but he's better than ever before. During this period, Mathi discovered a niche for finger control. He got a 1 miss 1/100 choke on near distant future, nearly SSing the entire map. And even though he was incredibly good at double time and speed, he was still very capable of getting insane scores on no-mod stream maps. Best examples for that would be his Reason FC, which was the number 1 score on the map for over a year, his 3 miss run on Goodbye, and a Wings of Justice Hidden FC. Nowadays we know Mathi as a finger control beast, and he has set way too many incredible scores for me to try and name every single one of them. So let's fast forward to the second half of 2021. At this point, Mathi has become one of the greatest, if not the greatest, speed finger control players of all time, and he still has incredible no-mod performance with a Freedom Dive Endless Dimension FC. Then he once again chokes Near Distant Future, albeit with worse accuracy than the 2 previous chokes he had. But sometime later, he finally FC'd the map after 3 very tragic chokes, getting the #1 spot on the map. And this was the time where you could say Mathi popped off, but I think that would be an understatement. He FC'd DJ Mag Top Ranker's songs with hidden double time, a tech map with double time. I cannot put into words how incredible this score is, just look at this. Remember how in the beginning of the video I said to keep his Kimi no Kyoku hidden Hard Rock FC in mind? Well, why? Did he improve his accuracy? Yes. But isn't the map with hidden Hard Rock not too big of a challenge for Mathi, considering how incredible he has become? Yes. Which is why he FC'd the map with hidden double time. If there was anyone who would have been able to FC this map, it would definitely be Mathi, with mind-boggling accuracy of 99.51%, and the second closest to that is Ryukei's 1 slider break choke on the map with 99.14.
Got a bigger cock than me.
This is definitely one of the most deserving 1000 PP scores in the entire game, to a player who was hated for becoming the rank 1 player. I think the score will not be matched anytime soon. The accuracy is just out of this world. After this score, Mathi did not stop and continued to pop off, setting crazy high accuracy, speed, and finger control scores on maps such as Natsukaze to Kimi no Egao hidden double time FC worth 927 PP, Tweaker hidden double time FC for 925 PP, Mr. Kill Myself hidden double time FC for 921 PP, Dreamwalker hidden double time FC for 911 PP, Prima Stella hidden double time FC worth 938 PP, and very recently he reached 18,000 PP with a hidden double time FC on Haruto Veil worth 932 PP, and is now only a couple of PP away from overtaking Vaxei and getting back into the top 10. And at the rate that Mathi's setting scores, he could very well be in the top 10 by the time this video is out. The story of Mathi is one that is incredibly inspiring and tragic at the same time. While he did reach the end goal of many players by becoming the ranked 1 player worldwide, he was hated for it and ultimately couldn't handle the hate and left. But after a change of heart, he came back to prove himself once and for all by becoming one of the most unique top players. This was the story of Mathi, the speed, finger control god.